What's good, everybody? All right, I'm back. I think exactly 2 weeks since I dropped my last video. I had a bunch of family stuff going on, a bunch of work stuff going on, but I'm back and I'm ready to rock this off season. I know that a lot of stuff has gone down. Our coaching staff is now complete. They're ready to rock the off season. And one of the biggest things that we need to address is quarterback. There's been a lot of talks over the last couple of weeks on how we're going to address it, how a lot of NFL insiders think we're going to address it, how the fans want us to address it, and I want to talk about that for a second. So before I do, Larry Fleming, man, I appreciate you. You reached out to me. You were one of my 3 giveaway winners of my previous giveaway. We got everything out to you guys. I appreciate you. And just so as an update, guys, I'm going to do my next giveaway at 2,500 subscribers. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you are subscribed. It's just my way of saying thank you to all of you guys that have supported me on this short journey that I've had so far, and just the support you guys have shown. So it's my way of saying thank you and showing my appreciation. So hit that subscribe button if you want to be included in my next giveaway at 2,500 subscribers. So let's talk about quarterback, right? There's 3 ways we can address it. We can address it through the draft, we can address it through free agency, or we can possibly trade for a quarterback. That's the 3 ways you can really address that quarterback situation in the offseason. And so let's first talk about draft, right? We sit at the number 13 spot. There's 3 top quarterbacks in the draft. Caleb Williams basically leading the pack on all draft boards. I think that's the overall consensus. Chicago Bears sit there at number 1. If we want to trade up to the number 1 spot, what I'm seeing is that it's going to take probably 3 first-rounders and 3 second-rounders to get there. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you want Caleb Williams, or are you willing to give up that type of draft capital to move up to get Caleb Williams? Now, if we want to possibly move up to the number 2 spot, it might take 3 first-rounders, and I've been watching some mock drafts. There's a lot of mock drafts saying that the Washington Commanders could possibly take Jaden Daniels, which there's a lot of ties with AP and Marvin Lewis, our new assistant head coach, to Jaden Daniels. They might want him, and they might have to jump up to number 2 to get him. Do you want to give up 3 first-rounders to go get Jaden Daniels? Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on that. And then you got the Patriots. I honestly think the Patriots are the biggest wild card. I mean, if for some reason, let's say the Washington Commanders, for some reason, picks up Marvin Harrison Jr., let's just say, right? A lot of stranger things have happened in the draft. And you got Jaden Daniels sitting there at number 3 with the Patriots, maybe Drake Mays sitting there at number 3. Let me know if you'd want to trade up there, because look, to trade up to number 3, I think actually is attainable. What I'm seeing is that might take, 2 first-round draft picks and maybe 2 second-round draft picks. That is something that I think I would entertain. I wouldn't be opposed to possibly making that move in order to get a quarterback like Jaden Daniels or possibly a Drake May. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on that and possibly moving up. Now, if you don't want one of those top 3 quarterbacks and you don't want us to jump up into one of those top 3 spots, let me know. Would you be willing to pick up a Bo Nix, a J.J. McCarthy, or Spencer Rattler? Let me know in the comments down below if you like one of those 3 guys going into this draft. Now, let's say we don't address this quarterback situation in the draft, and maybe we do get a J.J. McCarthy that possibly will sit for about a year. We got free agency, right? We got free agency quarterbacks. I think Kirk Cousins is the number 1 quarterback in free agency right now. He's an older quarterback coming off an ACL, and I think there's reports saying that he's going to be asking for about $40 million a year, which is pretty crazy to me. Let me know what you think about Kirk Cousins in the comments down below. And then below that, I think it really drops off. You got Baker Mayfield sitting there. Obviously, he took the Bucs to the playoffs, but I think he's got a high price tag too. He's got a big asking price. He did make the playoffs last year. I think he's going to be asking in the ballpark of about $35 million. But I did see reports that the Bucs and Baker Mayfield are now in contract talks, so they might be looking to bring him back. But outside of that, I think Ryan Tannehill, he's a free agent. I'm not a big fan of that type of move. You got a guy like Gardner Minshew that's out there. Gardner Minshew is an interesting quarterback. I mean, if you need just kind of a stopgap quarterback or just a bridge quarterback to start for 1 year, maybe you do that. If you don't get the guy you wanted in the draft, maybe you pick up a Gardner Minshew. He's a feisty, gritty type of quarterback that would really just play well with the silver and black. Let's put it that way. Not to say that he's a Super Bowl type of quarterback, but he could be a decent bridge quarterback if that situation presents itself. So let me know what you guys would like us to do in free agency if we can't get that top quarterback in the NFL draft. So here's the third avenue, right? The third avenue is addressing the quarterback situation via trade. And the number one quarterback that everybody's talking about is Justin Fields. The one positive about Justin Fields is, yes, he's a big playmaker. He would fit in Luke Getsy's system. The last 4 or 5 games that he played last year in Luke Getsy's system, he probably played his best games. He is a quarterback that's going to make plays. Let's put it that way. My only issue with Justin Fields right now is that, and hopefully that could improve, being in Luke Getsy's offensive system for a third year, just having that familiarity with the system. But my biggest issue with him is I think that he is a quarterback that's going to make plays, but he's also what I would call it, the best way I can describe it, is a drive killer. I think he's a drive killer. I think that he's going to be a great quarterback to kind of move you 30, 40, 50 yards downfield, and then he is going to kill the drive on an inaccurate throw, an off-time throw, with him trying to scramble out of the pocket, make plays with his legs, and he just gets sacked for a loss. I think he's a drive killer. He's going to get us down the field, but then we're going to find ourselves in a 3rd and 6, a 3rd and 7, a 3rd and 9 situation, and he's just going to overthrow a wide open receiver. That's my concern with Justin Fields. And I'll tell you right now, as a fan and probably as an offense coordinator and as a defense, watching your offense move the ball, and if your quarterback continues just to kill drives just by inaccurate throws and stuff like that, that is frustrating as hell. So that's my biggest concern with Justin Fields. Could that improve with it being 3 years in Luke Getsy's system and really being able to grow off of the last 5 games that he had last year with the Chicago Bears? I hope so. That's if we bring him over. Now, one of the biggest pros is that we could bring him over and we wouldn't have to possibly sign his 5th-year option. We could bring him over and he'd play for basically around $6 million. We could sign his 5th-year option, which I think is around $22-24 million. If we did, just to say if we bring him on next year and he plays extremely well, we can tie him in, 5th-year option. We can get him for 2 years at, what would that be, around $30 million, $15 million per year for the next 2 years. That's not a bad setup or not a bad contract if he does well in Luke Getsy's system in his 3rd year being within his system. And in addition to that, you get a quarterback at such a good contract that allows us to grow in all other positions. There's a lot of talks about us picking up a big defensive tackle or a lockdown corner or addressing the O-line situation. That would give us a lot of money in free agency to address a lot of those holes. And so that's another pro. That's another positive on possibly bringing in Justin Fields. And then look, at the end of the day, we have Aden O'Connell still sitting as our only quarterback right now. Jimmy G is going to be gone. Brian Hoyer is going to be gone. Aden O'Connell is sitting there still on our roster. And I think, in my opinion, what Aden O'Connell did last year proves that he deserves a chance to compete for that starting position. Him being thrown in with really no offensive coordinator, really no first-team reps the first half of the season, and doing what he did. He beat 3 of our division rivals between the Chiefs in Arrowhead on Christmas Day, beat up the Chiefs, and then he beat the Chargers. He beat the Broncos. Yes, he had some bad games against Minnesota, but guess what? He's a 4th-round rookie with an offensive coordinator that was garbage. All right? I'm going to just leave that there. I think Aden O'Connell deserves a chance to come in and compete, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does challenge for that starting spot. But guys, at the end of the day, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know, do you want to adjust the quarterback situation via the draft, free agency, or possibly look at a trade? And again, the hot name is Justin Fields. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm happy to be back, guys. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but I'm back. I'm ready to rock this offseason. I hope you guys do it with me. Again, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on those notifications. I'm doing my next giveaway at 2,500 subscribers, and I appreciate all you guys viewing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.